Hello everyone. This is Victoria, of course, just dressed in her onesie, which to me is just darling anyway. But we are going to participate in Red for Girls for Theme Thursday and Disney Monday. And you know, I moved about 4 years ago, and I packed up all kinds of all my reborn doll clothes and everything else, you know, put them in nice, whatever you call the boxes, the plastic boxes, and packed them up, put them in my section of the garage, and then just proceeded to forget about them and keep buying other clothes. Well, yesterday when I went to try to find something red, I didn't find anything that was really cute at all, and most of it was patriotic, and I thought, well, I'm sure there's going to be we're going to have to do patriotic later, so I don't want to overdo that. So I got home and I decided to go out and look in the garage, and I did, and I brought in 4 big containers, plastic containers. I was so shocked at the haul that I have of clothes in those containers that I have never put on a baby, that I had bought because I am a reborn artist and I was going to use them for reborns I was making, but I ended up never using them. I have little boy clothes, I have girl clothes, I have Halloween clothes, Valentine's, Easter, Christmas, regular. I mean, this haul, well, it's going to take about 3 videos to cover this whole haul of what I brought out of my garage. I don't need to buy anything for a long time. And it was so fun because now that I'm actually playing with my dolls instead of just making them and shipping them out, or should I say collecting dolls that other people make for me, this has become really fun. So I'm going to combine 2 videos with it. Theme Thursday and Disney Monday, and I am a day early. I'll be a day early on the Disney Monday, but that doesn't matter. But this outfit that I found in the haul, this is what I'm trying to say, is so cute. I was so happy to find this. I don't even remember buying it. I never used it. And it's a darling little Mickey. It's probably a Valentine's type thing, but it was just so cute. Disney Monday, and it has red and pink, and it will fit the theme Thursday, I think, just perfect. And also, beyond that, I wanted to do a tag for Pooh Bear. I forgot what the number goes with it, but it's Herlanda's tag about first impressions of reborn community. I wanted to do that while I was dressing her, so actually combining 3 in one video. But I've really loved hearing and watching the other ladies with their stories about how they got into being in the reborn community, and in particular really loved Katie's with My Little World, about her being an immigrant, and I believe she's from Czechoslovakia if I'm not mistaken, and how she was a mechanical engineer over there, and she was licensed in Europe, and she came here and she couldn't get her license right away, and so she was doing other jobs, and how she got introduced to the reborn community. And I loved it. It was very sweet, and if you haven't listened to it, I think you would all enjoy it. And that's My Little World with Katie. And isn't that the cutest thing? Can you see? I hope. This is the second time I've done this video, because first time I had her cut off. Anyway, so how I got into it is, when I was a little girl, my mother bought me every doll imaginable. And I know it wasn't just because I loved dolls. It was because my mother loved dolls, and she was too practical, and she certainly wouldn't be collecting dolls. My father wouldn't have really, I don't think, tolerated that much, but who knows. Anyway, so she kind of lived vicariously vicariously with me. And I had Chatty Cathy, if you can remember that one. I had Tiny Tears, a couple of different Tiny Tear versions. I had the little Thumbelina, I had the large Thumbelina, which were my two favorites. I had any number of Barbie dolls, and Ken and Midge and Skipper. And I had Pebbles and Bam Bam. And anything that, it was fun. I loved it. I've always loved dolls. I've loved babies. I have 6 children of my own. They're all grown and gone and have children of their own now. I have 9 grandchildren. But, so when I had 6 children, as I said, and when you're raising 6 children, I'm sure some of you know that you don't spend a whole lot of money on yourself. You know, everything goes to their needs, to their activities, to their piano lessons, sports, everything else. So nothing just really comes your way. And that was okay, because that's what I wanted to do. And it paid off. All those piano lessons did pay off. And sports and everything else that was, and just feeding them. And they ate good and everything else. And I was virtually a stay-at-home mom. You kind of have to be when you have 6 children, and they're all less than 2 years apart, except for the baby who's 10 years from the 5th one. But I did work part-time occasionally at my husband's insurance office. Well, as they got up and grew and left the house and everything else, and then I was working more full-time, I actually had money for myself. And isn't that cute? Just precious. And I was able to spend some money on some things I liked, and I discovered Marie Osmond dolls. I don't even know how I did that. Maybe I was watching QVC one day or whatever, so I started collecting them, and I had quite a few. They were beautiful, they were big, they were different than any porcelain doll I'd ever seen. And I like to redress them. I had clothes made for them, and all of that. But they weren't vinyl, they weren't cuddly, and they were just all kind of all over my room and our guest room, and that was about it. And one day when I was watching QVC with my daughter, and Marie Osmond had a limited edition on her show for a reborn doll that was $1,000, and I can't remember the edition size. Maybe it was 5, maybe it was 3. I don't remember. But anyway, it was a sleeper. Oh, you are just too darling. Isn't she cute? It was a sleeper, and I was blown away with the realism of this doll. But I was also blown away with the price. And Elizabeth and I went on to eBay and just put in reborn doll, and boy, that was a world we had never discovered. And that was 8.5 years ago, and most of the sculpts were Secret sculpts or Behringer redos, like the Sucky Lip. And anyway, Elizabeth found one she really loved, and she bought her for $150, and we thought that was outrageous, and there was a bidding war going on at the end, and she got it. And it was a beautiful doll, really. Her first reborn was unbelievable. She had rooted hair, she was big, and we got her home, and the artist had put in all these clothes and everything else, and a magnetic pacifier, and holy cow, that was it. And I had to get one, so I got on there, and I found the same sculpt by a different artist, and it was just absolutely adorable. And I bought her. She got home, she had a wig. She didn't have rooted hair, and it was okay because it still looked really nice. But she had the quarter limbs, full limbs, or 3/4 limbs like this, just were coming out at that time. But so you are kind of limited on how you can dress them. Well, we just kept looking and looking at these dolls, and of course we found Helen Jellin, the Tinkerbell Nursery, and she was the artist of artists, and she still is. I think she could make a turnip look beautiful. And we were just so impressed. We thought we want to do this. This looks like so much fun. So we ended up starting to reborn dolls. Did all the videos you can imagine. Got all the paints and everything else. And my first sculpt was a Zoe kit by Seacrest. And then Bountiful Baby started having, you know, quite a few kits out, like Avery and Paisley and Kinsey and Kira and Bria. And, you know, we just started reborning and practicing and rooting. And then I pretty much made them for myself. I didn't really think anybody would want to buy them. And then one day I did a Bria, and she was biracial Bria. She really was pretty. I still have pictures of her, and I'm still a little blown away. And she was like my 4th or 5th doll. And Elizabeth said, let's put her on eBay. Well, anyway, I put her on eBay, and she sold immediately. And for almost $300. Well, I was blown away. That was it. So I did another one. I did a little African-American Kira. And she went for over $400. I was shocked. This was over 8 years ago. And so that was it. That was it. So Elizabeth, we wanted to go to England really bad. My daughter's single. And so that's how we financed our trip. Over a year, we just kept reborning dolls and selling them, and they all sold, and we were able to finance a 2-week trip over to England, and we had a wonderful time. And so I've just been reborning ever since, and I didn't collect. And then my daughter, so you know, that's how I got into reborning. And I still make dolls all the time, and I still sell them. And in fact, I just sold Sailor Rose, and she's going home to Florida on Monday. And but it was a couple years ago that my daughter made little Victoria here, because Nala was one of my very favorite sculpts, and she made her for me for Christmas. And that was kind of it. I mean, you know, she's a keeper. I'm never going to sell her or part with her. But I still didn't play with her much. I changed her occasionally, but I didn't really do that. And I thought, what a shame, you know. And then last Christmas, she did an Ariana for me. It was beautiful. And then a few months ago, I started watching, because I always like watching the box packing videos or box opening videos, you know. Gives me I like watching the box opening videos, because it gives me an idea of what to put in the boxes that I ship my babies home in. And anyway, so that I just started watching more and more videos, like My Little Tulip and Stephanie Ortiz's In Love with Reborns, and having you on, and My Little World, and etc. etc. And I just thought, this is just too much fun. So that's when I just told Elizabeth, hey, I am going to start doing this. This is fun. I like doing the videos. I like sharing my babies. I like doing my own box opening. And also because I had saved a little money for my reborns and such, that I really wanted to get my first custom baby. And that's when I chose to get a hold of Crystal Wynn with Paris Alley, who I've always admired her work. And I custom ordered Frida, which is now Ricky, and I have videos of her. And that was my very first custom just a month or so ago. And it was kind of a hook. So I have another custom coming. I'm not going to tell you who it is, but she'll be here in a couple of weeks. And my daughter's doing we're doing birthday exchanges. I'm doing her an Elise by Cassie Brace, and she's doing me one I'm not going to tell you. It's a very popular kit, but I'm really excited. I had the kit, I was going to do it, and I said, you know what, Elizabeth, take this kit and you do it, because I love her work. She just does a really, really great job. She puts a lot of nice color in her babies, and I love that. So, anyway, so that's how we got into this, and I really love the community. I love watching all the videos, and you know, that just in my spare time, man, I do that, and I work full time. I come home, I'm either playing with the babies doing videos, or I'm working on the doll that I'm working on now for Reborn. And I have friends at work that are my age, 62. They don't know what to do with themselves when they get home. They watch they're widowed, or their husband's off in the other room doing something, and they just get bored. And I thought, there's no way I could get bored. Between reborning my dolls and playing with them and doing my machine embroidery, I don't have a chance to get bored. I'm just sad that I don't have more time to commit to it. Anyway, so that's it. And thank you all for subscribing, and I hope that you'll like this video and subscribe. I'm trying to get into the community. I don't know how to do Happy Mail or any of that kind of thing. I would like to, because believe me, with this haul that you're going to see over 3 videos, I have a lot of stuff I can contribute to a Happy Mail to somebody. So I don't know how to get a hold of people to do that, to get their addresses or anything. So any advice on that would be great. But thank you to all my subscribers, and I hope you watch this, and I hope this one turned out this time. Goodbye.